Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Ashim. So this is today's deadlift workout. We got 425 for 2, 455 for 2, 475 for 3, 475 for 3 again, 465 for 5, 455 for 2, 425 for 3, 405 for a cluster set of 5 singles, and then a back off set with 225 for 7 reps. I'm going to be playing all the main work sets in the beginning, and then the warm-ups will come at the end. So this is set number 1, 425 for 2. As I've mentioned in my previous videos, this set sort of determines the flow of the remaining part of the workout. And right off the bat, I knew from the very first rep of this set that this was going to be a difficult workout. I've been a little ill. I had amoebiosis, which is a major stomach upset. It's a tropical stomach infection that you get a few days ago. So last week's Wednesday workout was skipped, and I'm still under antibiotics and stuff like that. So I wasn't exactly feeling it. This is 475 for 3. This is what I was most worried about, but I was able to complete all 3 reps, and it went really well. It felt wonderful. And as you can notice, my the bar speed becomes better and better with each rep, which is funny. It's like the first rep my body goes into a bit of a shock, and then the second rep it's like, oh, I've done this before, and third rep is like, yeah, I'm owning this. Okay, so the second set with 475, or overall set number 4. This one, the first 2 reps were really, really amazing. Then I kind of had a moment between rep number 2 and 3 where I got distracted, not because of anything external, but because of the thoughts flowing through my mind. And made the last rep a little bit more difficult than what it should have been. Next week, I'm going to be making these triples into sets of 4 reps, quadruples. I don't know. Um, we're going to get 475 for 4 reps. I'm not sure if I'll do it for both sets, but definitely for one set. This is 465 for 5. The only reason why I was able to complete all 5 reps without getting bored or distracted or anything like that, because rep work is difficult and it takes a certain amount of thrill, to get it done. At least for me, it does. So one of the reason why I was able to do that is because I had this song playing. It's called Encore by Jay-Z and Linkin Park. That song's a lifesaver for me. It helped me in this, and then as well as with my cluster set, for which I definitely need something to amp me up. Cluster sets are hard, especially after so much work that has already been done. Okay, 455 for 2. I decided to take a small pause between each of the reps. This is by design. It didn't just happen that way. I wanted to just take each rep as its own, but literally just wait and basically make it like 2 singles. Alright, 425 for 3. This completes 20 reps. This is the bulk of my training, as you guys know. The density, I'm not sure what to call this sort of a method. If anybody asks me for a little bit of an Excel spreadsheet, I can provide that, and you can look at the numbers. And what you will notice is that as the progress per week is basically to distribute the bulk of the 20 reps that I do with the highest weight that I have. So it's sort of like volume density work. This is a cluster set. I would have just made this into I wouldn't have given you all of these the in between rest periods, but however there are a couple of things that I want to go over, and this serves as it buys me enough time to explain a bunch of things. So I did go over the fact that I was ill earlier this week, which was just 3 days ago actually. Today is day 4 of my antibiotic treatment. Tomorrow is going to be day 5, and then that's the final day. One of the problems which I encountered in this workout, apart from this feeling, that general feeling of weakness and not being 100%, is that I wasn't able to engage my lats. Now I've mentioned this before, and I've made this point very important for me, is that when I'm doing these heavy sets of deadlifts, it makes a world of a difference if I'm able to engage my lats consciously and pull that bar. It takes the slack out of the bar. It's wonderful. You guys know how important lats are. Well, in this workout, I wasn't able to consciously target my lats. I wasn't able to engage them, and that really, really bothered me. But I knew that to be able to move these kinds of weights, whether I consciously do it or not, they are being engaged. The only difference is that the intent is there. I'm just not able to find the result and execute on it. So that setback annoyed me a lot. And this is one of those workouts where if you look at the numbers, everything is fantastic. Last week we did 475 for two doubles. This week we did it for two triples. So in that sense, I've progressed. I've increased my density of volume at this higher intensity of 475. So everything looks beautiful on paper. And despite doing 475 for two sets of three, I still got 465 for five. So, like I said, on paper everything looks fantastic. It's just that I'm having that neurotic. Well, I think I'm being a little neurotic because when everything is going so well, you really shouldn't look a gift horse in the mouth, right? Well, I'm just not feeling very happy with the way this workout went down. I wish I'd been able to engage the lats. I wish I was not feeling that run down or tired, and a little sore or whatever, from being ill. Well, that's okay. I can't afford to be neurotic. I got to take this as a blessing. This was a fantastic workout. I came across this question, and I think I'm going to be making a separate video podcast type thing on this, which I'm going to be mentioning later. Is that I saw a question online being asked about by someone saying that why can't I just hop onto a high volume program? Why do I have to build on it? Why can't I just leap into it? Well, if you look at my training right now for deadlifts, this stuff is really, really high volume and high intensity. My max on deadlifts is 505 right now. That's my relative max, 505. And when I'm doing volume work with 475, 465, and 455, that's very, very close. That's more than 90%, almost 95% of my max. And to be able to pull this type of stuff off, you can't just leap into it. You have to slowly build on it. And the type of mindset that you have to have while doing anything that requires high volume, and I say this with quotation marks, is that because the truth is that each workout must build on the previous one. So you should start small, and then you should slowly build on it. And at whatever point you think you've reached a stage where you can't just keep slapping on weight, or I don't know, adding volume indefinitely. Whenever you run into a bit of an obstacle, you should back off a little bit and then build up again. But not in the sense, in the traditional sense, or rather not traditional, in the present contemporary pop strength training type mindset of, oh hey, if you can't get so many reps, just reduce the weight and run into that wall again. It doesn't work like that. You got to build a little at a time. You got to build on it, because when you come to these heavy weights, there are a lot of factors that you got to consider. For example, this was a workout where I wasn't feeling that good. I wasn't able to consciously engage my lats. These are small details, but they could really have messed me up, but they didn't, because I've put in so much time and effort working with these types of weights that these small setbacks don't really make a difference at the end of the day in terms of the numbers or in terms of my performance. I'm able to do just fine. It's just that feeling, that emotional response that I want, that sense of satisfaction and that sense of accomplishment hasn't completely been met, which is again me being neurotic. My point is that you have to have each workout build on the previous one, and you have to move forwards like that. That's what your mindset should be. After all, like I said, you can't just keep doing it indefinitely, but by and large, you should look at it from a multi-dimensional point of view, where you're not just thinking about adding weight to the bar. You got to work with different things. There's density, there's quality of reps, there's sets, there's reps. There's a whole bunch of things to play with, and that's what you should spend your time on. So this is 365 for two. I'm back to my warm-ups. I'm sorry I've been speaking, going off on off tangent for so long. This is my last rep. Thank you very much for watching, guys. I really appreciate all the love and support. Thanks a lot, guys. Thank you.